Casting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And if you had an eventful weekend as us, we're going to unpack it layer by layer by layer. Steve Rummage in the building, chasing the boo.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weekend, man. Yeah,
it was a full weekend.
Weekend of ups and downs and
all around.
Everything in between. So it's here we are, man.
Chase, what's good, man?
You gotta turn your mic on, Chase.
You're right. Nothing much. I'm just licking my wounds off the weekend.
Did you get tagged pretty good?
No, I'm just losing the football game and the basketball game.
Yeah,
that's all.
Thanks, Chase.
Yeah,
Chase is so direct and to the point.
You didn't bet the money line, Maben?
I forgot to get it in by Friday, which then I was like, I felt like the Washington bet was the whole point of the thing, and then I was like, well, I might as well just make my own, see what happens. But
started out 4-0. I gotta hand it to him, man. Started out 4-0.
It started out lovely.
I wouldn't have picked Washington at all.
And boy, did it get chewed up later on.
Miami of Ohio.
Listen, when the Miami of Ohio hit, and the Washington hit, it said, we have life, boys.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, baby.
Toledo.
Yeah.
Wait, who started?
No, Tulane.
Tulane got busted.
No, SMU. You had SMU.
No, I had Tulane.
Oh, that's right.
You asked me if I had SMU.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
Tulane got busted. Louisville got busted. He ain't get busted. Alabama was the other one.
Alabama won.
Yeah, Alabama won. It's like, we have life.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're hard to do.
I know.
Okay, so Steve, where do you start at? Do you start?
Well, obviously the story of the weekend.
Jalen Reeves-Maben and the Detroit Lions. Let's go! Make that money, young fella. Let's get this money, baby.
It's fair. I was going to go with UNC Wilmington over Kentucky. But
you know, Steve, I almost forgot that actually happened.
But no, man. Yeah, it was Saturday it was frustrating. The game was frustrating.
I was wondering what your emotional emotional Richter scale was going to be at by Monday morning.
It was very frustrating. And
what was the most frustrating part?
Well,
are you going macro or are you going in game, or have you let go of the in game emotion and just kept it a big picture?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay, so we'll open up the phone lines. If we can, people, if you have the emotional sports discipline to go back to the in-game emotions that you were going through live in action, I'll open up the phone lines. 8150 93.9 is the number. 3831 93.9 is the text line. In-game emotions, Steve, I'm listening.
It was aggravating because I'll try to do this as respectfully as possible. But the only way I can say it is, if I could have changed one piece, Louisville wins that game going away. Just one piece. Like, I mean, where did Louisville? I mean, Louisville was, the receivers were getting separation. The running backs were, I mean, that's a tough defense to run against, but I thought they were running hard to an extent, defense was playing well, I thought. They gave up one big play in the Wildcat.
And here's the thing. if you look around the pros, every single team almost ran a Wildcat package.
Yeah.
So yes, an instant Wildcat package, you're going to give up a
yeah.
good size run, because you're in the middle of your regular defensive calls. They spring a Wildcat on you. The extra blocker. It's a problem.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Jack just didn't. I mean,
he didn't bring it.
It was 2 series in, and you were like, he ain't got it. Like, this ain't gonna work. This kid's not gonna make the plays. I mean, and you still were hoping that maybe,
And it
maybe he pulls something
every
out.
single time. You know what it was, Steve? My experience was every single time we punted the ball, I was hoping a different Jack Plummer came from the sideline.
I know.
And I was on the phone with you when we were like, Coach, it might be time to call the bullpen. Hey, and here's the problem, Steve. I have been the biggest dance with Dayton who brought you here.
Yeah.
Okay, even if I don't agree with it personally,
Yeah.
I understand the mentality of, no, you figure it. No, you start. Here's the problem. If I fixed every one of your problems and your problem is between the ears, and all the problem is you let go of the football, you just let go of it. I mean, I can see the coaches saying, we can't win without you letting go of football, and I don't want to play around with these other quarterbacks, and I don't want to play the quarterback game. I don't want to play the quarterback controversy thing, or any of that stuff. We're in the championship game. Let go of the football.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. I guess you can throw it to him. Candace, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, Marcus and Steve. It's Kendra. So
Okay.
you guys, I was at the game. And with you, I was hoping that we would get the plumber that, would be able to turn around after all of his mistakes. And he never showed up, and the offense never showed up. Very proud of the defense. But just being there and watching it live, it was just very heartbreaking. But the defense kept us in it, and we had a chance. If he could have just gotten, the receivers could have started catching. If just one series, it wasn't like the game was ever out of reach, but we just couldn't get anything.
Is that what made it more frustrating?
Yes, we were right there. It's like, just get something going one good time. Even when we got down to the 7, we're on the 7-yard line, and I was like, worst case scenario, we'll get 3 out of it. It'll be 10-9, and then he threw the pick, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it just hope just kept fading. I even kept hope when it was 13 or was it 13-6?
Yeah.
We had like 3 minutes left. I'm like, okay, we can just drive it down.
Yep.
Take the time off the clock. We've got some timeouts left. Just get one good drive, and we can take the lead. And when they get the ball back, either Jeff will go for the tie or he'll go for 2 for the win. I had that scenario going with 3 minutes left. I'm like, it just.
And you knew you were playing. If you managed to get the lead, you still knew you were playing against a freshman quarterback.
Right. Third stringer at that. It only had 18 snaps or whatever. But I tell you what, those FSU fans, they were scared. We walked from our hotel to the stadium, and they were talking trash. The ones that were around us the whole time,
right.
And they were scared. I think they thought it was going to be a blowout. And when it was 0-0, 3-3, 6-6, I mean, they were scared. And there was a guy behind me. I'm not good. I'm not familiar with the gambling stuff. He was like, I need some chaos to happen. I bet, I guess, Florida State plus 24. Does that mean he thought it was just going to be a blowout?
Yes.
Yeah, he was he was back there just. He was having a fit, boy. I was like, well, it's not going to be that, buddy. But anyway, it was a good experience. I've never been to a conference championship game, but wish we could have pulled it out. But, And I knew the way they won, but it wasn't. Sometimes you lose by winning. And I just think it was an ugly win for them, even though they are the conference champs, And I knew that the committee was going to screw them after that game. I just knew it. And that's what happened.
I said that. I said that on Saturday night, Marcus. We were talking. Me and you were both talking about it. It was like Plummer was so sloppy that it made the two quarterbacks made that game look so sloppy that I really think it cost FSU. Yeah. And people said it. People said it on the college football show.
Yeah, we looked so bad that it cost FSU.
They were like,
exactly.
They were like, hey, we were all. I think it was Greg McElroy said I was all in on FSU. He's like, and then I watched the game and it was just sloppy and it was, And now I'm not saying I agree with that, and it's right, but it didn't help. It didn't help.
Well, Kendra, I do appreciate the call. Yeah, glad you got a chance to experience the road trip. We'll hold on 1 second. Our phone lines are open. We're efforting to take the next call in 3, 2, 1. Will from Tampa, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Oh, this me?
Yep, it's you, man.
Man, what's up, man? This is Will from Tampa, man. I got a call in, and first off, good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, man.
I got to apologize to my buddy Steve, man. I called last week and, got on him for talking bad about Jack Plummer. And, everything he said, it was true, man. Jack deserved every last bit of it, He played a horrible game. Steve, you was right. I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong, brother.
Well, I wish I was wrong on this one. But now, I will say this, Will. He was worse, to take some pressure off you on that. He was worse this game. Like,
without doubt.
Yeah. Like, yes. Like that. So I'm not saying like this wasn't like, well, that's the normal. I mean, like, he's not been great, but he was bad this game. Yeah.
I guess it is what it is, man. But our future's still bright. It's still one season for all day, every day. So, we just gonna push on. I'm just disappointed that out of all the bowls that we could have went to, none of them are in Florida. So,
yeah, that's gonna be an extra conversation a little later on for sure.
All right, folks. Well, y'all have a good day, and I'm looking forward to January 27th now, Steve.
Hey, for sure, man. For sure,
hey,
I will definitely get with you, man.
I'm going to tell you something. If you don't know anything about it, look up Gasparilla in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
And that's going on the same day, early part of the day, as the Royal Rumble. But check it out, and let's hook up.
For sure. 100%, man.
Appreciate the call, Will. We are rolling right along. Who do we got up on the deck? Corey, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's up, fella?
What up, man?
Hey, Steve, cheer up, man. It's going to be all right.
I know.
Sound a little down this morning.
I feel that way, too. I kind of feel like I come in here today and I'm like, I'm like, hey, man, pep up, man. Like, everything will be fine.
Hey,
yeah.
It's always next year.
Yeah.
I just want to say, overall, the football program has improved drastically from last year. But you see the difference in talent with Florida State versus Louisville. For them to have that third string quarterback in, a freshman at that, that says a lot. You can blame some of it on Plummer, but I didn't hear everybody blaming them when Louisville won the games that they did win this year. So you can't blame everything on the hopefully Brahma start getting a full year of recruiting, bringing better talent. No disrespect to the players he has now, but you do see the difference in the talent level, and that was the difference in the game. That's all I got, fellas.
Appreciate the call. I'll say this. There's obviously there was a difference in NFL talent, but I don't think the quarterback position is where you really would want to make that case.
Yeah,
because I think we got some hot arms on our sideline too. I think we got some talent. Like I said, I think Coach Braum was so hands-on in every aspect of the game that he He just didn't want to like relinquish any kind of control. He didn't want to take any chances because think about it. Our Georgia Tech game, very, very close margin of victory,
Yeah.
Indiana, very close margin of victory. We have been complimenting Coach Brom on how good his play calling has been, how good his halftime adjustments have been. So for him to believe I can make the adjustments to win this game, I've been doing it pretty much all year. Listen, we didn't have it against Kentucky. Again, no penalties in 8 quarters or whatever. Those are things that he cannot do anything about. But like I said, I don't think it was the talent deficiency at the quarterback position that caused it. I just think he chose, hey, this is the way we've been winning. We've been winning with these adjustments. We have had Jack Plummer make some key crucial plays late in the games.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't blame Coach Braun for saying, hey, he's made some late throws and we've snuck out of some games. It's frustrating as a fan because, yes, Corey, we did say during those wins that Jack has to be better.
Yeah.
So we were still blaming him.
Because even at Notre Dame and Duke, we were like, well, Jack's the best when we don't make him play quarterback.
When do we run it?
Okay, let me say this, because this is what frustrates me, though.
And he's capable. He makes good throws, too.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
he's made good throws. But when I go back and look at that game and I say, play action, Chris Bell's behind the defense, it's touchdown until it's not, underthrown. 4th down, play action. Great fake, Jack. Great fake, Jack. Where are you going, son?
No, Steve. It was the perfect play call.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So I'm like, listen, great fake. Why are you leaving the pocket? Where are you going? Just go make the throw. Just throw the ball out there. You left the pocket. You throw it right into the defensive end's hands.
And
what are you doing?
And the irony to that play is, you remember last game he had, the last game, I believe it was Miami. He has this guy wide open in the end zone. There's nobody barely between him and the receiver, and he pump fakes it or damn near overthrows our tight end
twice.
Yeah, right. And you're like, that is, we call it the yips on steroids. And again, Steve, you can't relate to this. I'm going to say something that you as an athlete can't relate to, and don't take it personal. Okay?
I'm listening.
You can be in a situation where the game is riding on a free throw. And the function of your arm and legs and wrist are not connected. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not for my delegation.
That's my point, Steve.
Free throw.
That's my point, Steve. Only your delegation. I've seen your delegation choke a couple free throws.
Look.
No,
white people kicked our feet up when Kyle Guy went to the free throw line and he needed 3 free throws. White people kicked their feet up and was like, "Watch this,
money in the bank.
Watch him, bang."
Bang. That was the most
bang.
That was the most Los Huevos situation you've ever seen.
That was incredible.
That was awesome. But
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, seriously, like a super urgent, aggressive, or pressure free throw. Yeah. You'd be amazed at how your coordination can go.
Oh, yeah.
with just the pressure. Like I said, a pressure situation. Jack seems like he's shooting a pressure free throw every time he throws the football. Like his early in game when there's no pressure, first game, his arm just doesn't look the same. And you can tell, okay, that was one of those pressure free throws. That deep ball is wide, almost like the wider open he is, the more he just floats it out there. And it's like, Jack, I know you're used to it. And you know what else we saw early, Steve? We knew that, Jack, like, I know you like throwing in windows. That's where you thrive.
Yeah.
Jack, you're not going to see the window game today.
I know.
You're going to see man to man on your receivers.
Yeah.
So if your eyeballs are going to shut down the minute you see a guy running anywhere near a receiver, if you automatically mark him as covered, you're going to be looking, what's it called? Watching ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just going to be watching people like, you're going to be like it's going to be like a 5-lane highway to you.
Yeah.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Because there's not going to be windows.
No.
Because they're playing man-to-man coverage.
Yeah.
And now unless you have Thrash breaking cornerbacks' ankles, how nasty was that? How nasty was that Thrash route?
Yeah, that was good.
That was
nasty.
That was a nasty route. I'm sorry. Let's get to the phone line before you open that. Who do I got up next? Brandon, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Marcus? Steve.
I'm
I
good.
had a quick 3 points, man. Man, with Zach, I've never seen a quarterback. I think it was 10 out of 13 games with an intentional grounder. And it was just bad intentional grounders all season long. The second thing is the 4th and 7 with 2:39 left. Why did we go for that on the 20-some yard line when if you get 3 stops instead of flipping the field, you know, and then giving ourselves a chance? And then just the FSU and the Alabama thing, I think they got shafted, and I think the CFP committee really showed their true colors with that. I don't think Texas is a number 3 seed if Alabama loses to Auburn. I think they'll get in as a 4 seed and leave FSU, but I think they had to get Alabama in, so they had to put Texas at the 3 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call. I
totally agree.
You devalued the entire football season.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, you devalued what a regular season college football game means.
And they don't care because they're going to 12 next year.
They don't care.
So it doesn't matter. There's no repercussions.
And they're going to do the same thing with 12.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I mean,
you take it.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they say, well, we think Bama and Texas are better than FSU, so we ranked them higher. So I'm assuming that means you think FSU would beat Georgia? Rank FSU ahead of Georgia? You don't think Georgia would probably beat Michigan or Washington? I think they would.
Yeah, you just
like, what are we doing?
You just discredited yourself.
Like, okay.
Big time. And Brandon, to answer your question, 4th and 7s, he draws up plays that work if my guy can't execute it. And again, this has been Marcus, and as consistent can get. When I watched Lamar Jackson throw these balls to Jalen Smith, and I listened to Jalen Smith, who led the country in drops. And I used to say it back then. Listen, Bobby's drawing up the perfect play. Jalen Smith is the only dude fast enough, or he's the perfect guy to run that route to get that wide open. Jalen Smith's going to have to catch that ball. That's our path to the bowl games or whatever. You know, like I said, it gets frustrating, and in the moment you go, why is he throwing the ball to Jalen Smith? Because Jalen Smith runs a damn 4.2, and he's 6'3", and Lamar Jackson can hit him on the dime, and he needs to catch the ball. And if I get a chance to do it again, we're going to do it again. And if we lose, we're going to lick our wounds. He'll be gone. We'll start over. But I call a good play, and he has to execute it. Jeff Brom, he calls a good play. Y'all got to execute it. I don't want to hear it. Nate, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Man, let's just pretend that Plummer all season long was Tom Brady, and we beat Pitt, and we beat Kentucky, and we beat FSU. Guess what? We still ain't going to playoffs. We still ain't going. I mean, they have proven that they don't value the ACC. They don't value, FSU got the shaft all the way, all the way. And that's here nor there. We can argue it all day long. But, I mean, yeah, Plummer missed some stuff he should have had. But at the end of the day, don't matter. He could have thrown everything right where he wanted. We could have caught all the balls and made all the touchdowns.
So you think Florida State was gonna get that shaft the whole time?
No, I didn't. I tell you what, though, I knew. Me and my son were arguing about this. I knew that Alabama was going to be in there. I figured Alabama would jump over Texas, and it would be Alabama and FSU in the 3 and 4 spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't think that in any circumstances that Florida was going to get the shaft, or Florida State. But they did.
They sure did.
All right, y'all be good.
Yeah, Nate, I appreciate the call.
Yeah.
How heartbroken was Florida State?
That's brutal, man.
You'll never forgive college football if you're Florida State.
Because again, we can argue till we pass out, but like, you did everything you were supposed to do. I mean, when it's like, well, we don't think that they would beat. Okay. Well, you didn't think TCU would either. TCU went in and won a playoff game.
Mm.
I do wonder how much TCU getting waxed in that championship game.
But you're not supposed to be able to do that with Florida State.
I agree.
You're not, just period.
Yeah, no, there's no way they're not in.
Florida State got bullied.
And listen, let me be fully transparent. My Florida State thing has nothing to do with Louisville and the Orange Bowl. I'll be honest with you. If we're playing Jack at quarterback,
oh God,
I really don't want to play Georgia on the 30th of December. Okay, so
Steve, I would never have thought you ever would say that publicly.
Yeah, so it really ain't.
You would have had the opportunity to play Georgia in the Orange Bowl, and you'd have been pissing and moaning. Is that what you're telling me?
No. Oh, no. I wouldn't have been pissing and moaning, but I would have been like, guys, would you rather go out and beat USC?
Hey, guys, as long as you have a good time.
And that's not going to be a gimme, but
as long as you have fun.
We just want everybody to have a good time.
That's what matters, Steve. Bowl games are for fun.
That's what the Orange Bowl would have turned into me.
Just, test what you got. Use the bowl game against Georgia to kind of compare yourself against the best of the best, and see where you need to develop at, and maybe get some motivation. Hey, hopefully you stay healthy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I know you've been sacked 27 times today, but it's okay because we're going to get through it together.
David, thanks for joining us on 93.9 Fire Away. David, you there?
We have 2 Davids.
David 1, David 2.
We have 2 Davids.
So if there's a David, just start talking.
Nope.
Okay.
All right.
David 1's gone.
We're going to try
David
the other
number
David.
2. Fire away, David.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got
perfect.
you. Yep. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to play Georgia either. But I got a question about next year. Do we see Allen or do we see Clarkson? Or are we going to the transfer portal?
Go ahead and say it, Steve.
Well,
David, I appreciate the call.
Yeah.
Say it, Steve.
I think
deductive logic would lead you to believe.
Just hear me out. I think it's a bowl. In my opinion, why not play Pierce? You're going back to California. Listen, Brock and Evan and Jack, they don't have eligibility left. Going back to California, let the young guy sling it. Let's see. And then we can, because I do think, to answer his question, I do think we'll get a quarterback in the portal, and I think we'll get a quarterback in the portal here in the next week or two. Okay, so I do think that's going to happen.
You know what I expected you to say, Steve?
What?
You're apparently not as emotional as you were before.
Okay.
But I'm sure people would have totally agreed with you at some point during the game. If I watched that entire game, all those 3 and outs, and every single time you and I both said, surely we're going to watch one possession where coach just says, hey, Jack, I want you to stand right beside me. I want you to keep your eyeballs peeled, and we'll get you right back out there. But we're going to put another quarterback in here for a couple possessions or a couple of plays.
Yeah.
Just for you to catch your breath. I as the coach, I owe it to my defense just to freshen up their eyes a little bit, just to relock them in. You know what I'm saying? So, because here's the problem: you put another quarterback out there, he throws 3 incomplete passes.
Yeah.
You know what you just taught the rest of your team? Jack Plummer is your quarterback.
Yeah.
So you go out there and play. Did you see what the backup did?
Yeah.
You know, the backup doesn't look functional out there. Now look, go play for Jack, right?
Yep.
You show your team that. And other case scenario, he comes in, gets a couple complete passes, everybody gets up, everybody's re-energized, whatever. We get stopped, but it's like, okay, now the receivers are catching, everybody, we got a little rhythm, boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a different set of eyes from your players off of seeing a different quarterback.
Sure.
And you can go right back to Jack. And I expect my 6-year senior quarterback to not get sand in his crotch.
Yep.
Over this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
yeah.
If you didn't get that one time, and I know coach knows this, and he's obviously showed he's not scared to bench a quarterback.
Right.
We know this, Steve. He is not scared to bench a quarterback. Mid-game, he's not afraid to go dual quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Easily. But there was something in the backup rooms that he did not trust to run one play.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to say our backups are not really in that room.
Yeah.
Or there no quarterback that can in that situation. If there was not a quarterback that could take a snap, outside of just being young, outside of Pierce being young,
I think Pierce and Brady Allen. I mean, you're talking young guys there.
Yeah, but if you got 10 quarterbacks and you feel comfortable taking a possession with any of those quarterbacks, then it's gonna be a lot of portal.
Yeah,
a lot of portal, in my opinion.
Oh, I think, like I said, I think we'll get some portal guys here soon.
Scratch off Jimmy. Thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey guys, I've been sitting there wrestling all night and all morning. My wife said, "You got to call Marcus Maven. He'll heal you. He'll heal you. Just call him. And I'm calling you guys. But you know who did that to Florida State and Louisville? That blue belly Mitch Barnhart is on that committee. He put Florida State in there over. He put Alabama in there over our ACC Florida State team and knocked Louisville out of the Orange Bowl. Blue belly Mitch Barnhart did that to us.
Scratch off Jimmy. Listen, normally people would laugh, but let's just say this.
I know.
There's a spokesman, is a prominent Kentucky spokesman, personality, media personality, who tweeted the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's not just us saying it.
No.
Yeah, that's not.
Matt Jones tweeted that. He literally tweeted I mean, I'm like, that's pretty brash. I mean, just to.
Can you imagine saying, hey, our AD probably screwed y'all.
Yeah.
It looks like our AD worked y'all.
But again, in hindsight, I don't know that you screwed us. Well, we'll get to the Holiday Bowl part of it. But
fist bump on the low.
Yeah, but it's like,
I mess with you, Mitch.
Oh, man, we don't have to go play Georgia? Pissed off Georgia?
Damn it, Steve.
Yeah. I want it all.
Hold me back. Baseball brawl.
I wanted you.
This was our chance to show Georgia we're a real offense. UK Vince, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Absolutely.
Something that I can't understand. There's 3 schools of thought on this. Okay, you want the best 4 teams, or you want the most deserving teams, or you want conference championships. If you go with the first school of thought, the best 4 teams, okay, there's no way that you leave Georgia out of that. There are not 4 better teams in college football than Georgia. So that kills that. Okay, the most deserving teams. Okay, Florida State's in. They're undefeated. No Power 5 team, undefeated conference champion, has ever not made the playoffs. So that argument's out the window. Okay, well, we want conference championships. Alabama won their conference. They beat a ranked Georgia team. Florida State won their conference, was undefeated, and defeated a ranked Louisville team. There's no school of thinking that is consistent with what the college football playoff people decided it seemed random. It seemed not only random, either political, financial, or somebody with a grudge towards somebody. But it makes no sense no matter what school of argument. You pick any one of those three, they can't justify any one of the three than how they picked them. If you want the best four, Georgia's got to be in. The most deserving Florida State's got to be in. The conference champion, Florida State's got to be in. So it makes no sense to me. And that's my opinion, and thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. UK Vince, I appreciate the call. Does this hurt FSU's national stature at all, Steve?
Because
it kind of looked like they kicked you out the big boy club.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help. I mean, like, that's a bad. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I would have been better off if they just said, because I remember when Kenyon Martin got hurt in the conference tournament. And I remember the NCAA, I think they bumped him down to a 2-seed or something.
Yeah.
And was just like, listen, if the college football playoff committee just got on there and said, listen, it's not the same team without Jordan Travis. That's why we felt like, we felt like it was extenuating circumstances. It's unfortunate, for Florida State. But hey, a Heisman Trophy quarterback is, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Makes a huge difference on a football team. It's not the same football team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, Marcus. Hey, Steve.
What's up, man?
I need to say out Joe's good praise, man, because so far 2 guys from Louisville has entered the transfer portal, and it's kind of killing me right now.
3, actually.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I hate losing players, but I trust Jeff Brom and his coaching staff because they know what they're doing when they're trying to get players in here. And Steve, I'm going to throw a name out there for you. Dylan Gabriel, Oklahoma State quarterback in the transfer portal. I hope Louisville picks him up.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm happy that Louisville going to the Holiday Bowl. And everybody said Ben Plummer, but Plummer's going to play that game. Probably going to end up playing that whole game. And after the game, Jeff Brown going to probably end up regrouping again to see if he can get a 1-year starter quarterback or get First Carson to win the job next year. Yeah. And Marcus, I watched the basketball game too.
Right.
Like, I thought they played great, but somebody needs to tell Brandon Huntley Hatfield, if anybody tries to duck at the rim, throw a knuckle cameras at them. Come on, man. Come on. No ducks at the rim. Come on, bro. You are 6'11". Nobody ducks at the rim. That's all I got, man.
Lawrence, I appreciate the call. Who believes in their player more? Jeff and Jack or Kenny and Brandon? Quick commercial break, 93.9 The Ville.
Every down, every quarter, every game, your cards play for the Ville. Now is your chance to get in the game and make a difference with a donation to the For the Ville Giving Campaign.
Gotcha.
Goes directly back to the Louisville football program, and you'll receive exclusive For the Ville gear you won't find anywhere else. Visit gocards.com/fortheville today to make a contribution.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. And as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season: a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Cincinnati, Louisville, and now Dayton.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-455-9419 today.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. It's never been easier to join BetMGM's new and improved app, where you can use the same account across all states. Sign up using code NICKYV and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Football is here, so gear up with the BetMGM app and tap into greater thrills all season long. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 plus to wager. Kentucky only. BetMGM's license is pending with the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualifications and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire in 7 days from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, it's that good. Verno's Pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. What's gonna make you happy? It's the smile I see on your face. It's that good, yes it is, and we deliver it. Oh, 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 taste is fun, yes it is, we guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good, Verno's Pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook.
Hey, do you still want the music to play out in this next break? Okay. All right. Yeah. That's good.
Just looking for some cold crab, tap.
Okay.
Bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Twin Peaks.
Come back after this.
Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi mini split like the one we use here at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. While we're wrapping up still in the on the field stuff.
Yeah.
Is the quarterback play the only thing you really take it out? Like, it's the only like lasting mark.
I mean, for me, yeah. I mean, I thought defensively they were really good.
Mhm.
Again, I mean,
our DBs held up well.
I mean,
got a couple of drops.
Yeah, I was gonna say could have pitched a perfect game if Jalen Alderman or Ben Perry make that interception.
Oh, Steve, I forgot about the dropped interceptions.
Yeah,
I can't read that.
That was
Jay.
Jay, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, good.
Man, yeah, that drop interception was huge. Like say, we would have got the ball back, but man, it was like game. I was just to the point where I was like, I just knew we were gonna score, and be up 3, and then okay, they kick a field goal or something, and we go to overtime or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't thinking that we wasn't gonna score on that play at the end. Now, it was to the point to me at the end of the game, I was just like, I'm trying to figure out like what benefit is Plummer having other than knowing the system. I just can't think of nothing that he was doing that was like that was remotely good to where to at least try kindly. Like I was like, what the hell? I mean, I was losing my mind over it. I just was
get on the road, please. Jay, be careful, man. We can hear you on the side of the road.
No, yeah, that's just Gene Snyder, man.
I was gonna say I knew exactly where you were at. I was like, I looked at Marcus, shook my head. I was like, no, he's on Gene Snyder. I know where he's at.
Yeah, man. And then also, the basketball game was, yesterday. It's almost like I just hate to say it's almost like we got to the point to where we expect to lose even games against mediocre type teams. Like right now, I think they had a 70% to lose against DePaul or 1-6 DePaul. And it's like we always start the game's playing pretty good, and it's like like after halftime it'll start slowly dwindling and crumbling, like almost every time, and it's and it's starting to seem like, is this a pattern? Because like say last year, we lose 7 games by 1 point,
right?
And it's almost like, is this a pattern? You know what I'm saying? Like this year, we get close. And then it's starting to be the same scenario. And then if you start looking at it, at basketball-wise, at the teams that we beat, probably 75% of teams in college would beat those teams. But we just kind of basing it on, performance from last year. But it's like, you look at the actual teams that we done beat, most teams would, as far as D1, like in a major D1 team, would beat those teams that we done played.
Right.
So now that we get in conference play, you start just kind of going over the games and just kind of looking over the teams. Like Virginia Tech, I knew we had a chance against them, and like I say, Auburn, slaughtered them. Then Auburn lost to Appalachian State. So it's like, but it's a lot of smaller teams, upsetting teams this year. But it's just one of them things like now it's almost like when you going and betting, now you almost like you can't bet, and really feel confident, even no matter who we play, unless it's a very small, almost D2 type team, but now, because we done got to the point now where, it's watching these games is making us money. So, it's hard to bet on us.
Jay, listen, I appreciate the call, Jay. That's what it all boils down to, Steve. I can't bet because I can't predict if y'all gonna play. I can't predict how hard you're gonna play. Yeah, Jay, this is not the year to do transitive property. All around basketball,
right?
You're not gonna be able to say this team beat that team, so this team can beat that team. if you want to save any money, make sure you don't do that.
Well, a little bit of news says Colorado's defensive end coach, Nick Williams, is moving on from the program. He's one of the best recruiters in the country and an up-and-comer on the field. A Peach State native, the 33-year-old Williams played his college football at Georgia. And then there's a report out there that Deion Sanders says on the 247 Sports Transfer Portal Palooza show that Nick Williams is headed to Louisville. So it sounds like Louisville might be adding one of the best recruiters in the country. So Deion's coach at Colorado stepped down.
Let's do it.
Not bad.
Let's do it.
Not a bad ad, if so.
Let's keep on rolling. Who do we got right there? Desmond.
Desmond,
thanks for joining us on 93.9 Fire Away.
What's going on, Marcus and Steve? How y'all doing?
Feeling good.
Good.
Hey, Marcus, thanks for letting me get that membership, man. I appreciate that, my brother. But anyway, so on to the subject. So,
appreciate you.
I think that, you know what? How about this? Against who we playing? USC in the bowl game?
Yep.
How about we just go triple offense? I'm just saying, run the ball all game. Hey, it might be something different. I'm just saying, since we don't have, since we don't, the quarterback ain't playing that good, we'll just do a triple offense. That's what I think. That's the idea of putting it out there, though.
Right. Outside the box.
Be like Navy. Hey, they should ask this for doing the triple offense. Just saying. But anyway, thanks for taking my call, though. You have a good one. Go Cards.
Absolutely. I appreciate the call. I will say this, Steve. There was some satisfaction in watching, what's my guy's name? Lynn Bowden Jr. get ate up all day long by Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Why was I doing? He was like my revenge on Kentucky watching New Orleans. Lynn Bowden Jr. Jalen's out there like, yeah, that's for my dad. He hates you.
Get it.
That's awesome. I took way too much satisfaction in Jalen getting his revenge on my behalf. Rolling along, having a good time. Phone lines are open. Great call so far. Midday Sparks, maybe 929 The Ville.
You've got ants inside the house. Quality pest services since 1972. Protect your home and property and call OPC Pest Services for a free estimate at 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com. Again, that's 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Are you looking for a career that makes a difference? Seven County Services is hiring changemakers to impact the lives of our community with services that include mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities. Our diverse team of mission-focused individuals includes a wide range of professional and support roles. Enjoy a generous compensation package, tuition reimbursement, student loan assistance, paid clinical supervision, and career development opportunities. Seven County Services. It's more than a career, it's a purpose.
As we enter the winter months, you're about to find out if your heating system is ready for the basketball season or headed to the bench. Now until December 31st, when you buy a complete Train system, receive 12-month special financing and the option of a whole house humidifier, a whole house air cleaner, or a Wi-Fi thermostat. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
At U of L Health Brown Cancer Center, we are the face of compassion with researchers and doctors who offer specialized treatments to each patient. We are the face of innovation, saving lives with clinical trials and promising new cell therapies. We are the face of academic research, making the impossible possible every day, so you can face cancer with new hope. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Attention Louisville men's basketball fans, the 2023-2024 season is underway. There are plenty of chances to catch the Cards inside the KFC Yum Center. Marquee matchups this season include Kentucky, Notre Dame, Duke, and more. Check out the entire schedule and view every ticket option Louisville men's basketball has to offer by visiting gocards.com/MBB tickets. That's gocards.com/MBB tickets. Go Cards!
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I got your script.
Here we go.
Hey guys, Dr. Tisdale here. Want a possum experience for your pet? Come see me, meow. Nick, the script sucks.
I'm telling you, Doc, puns.
No.
Trust me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fine.
How about I just say, hey guys, you love your pet and I do too. So come to Tisdale Animal Hospital. Call 502-384-3260 or request an appointment online at tisdaleanimalhospital.com.
Solid.
I can offer listeners a free first exam and a complimentary 1-month supply of flea and tick prevention.
Nice. Hate being itchy.
Also, we are one of the only veterinary hospitals in Louisville with a state-of-the-art in-house cytology machine, allowing us to test any lump or bump and get results in 2 hours or less.
Ooh, science.
Open 7 days a week, right off the Snyder in the Chamberlain Point Shopping Center.
Okay, that was better.
Told ya, Tisdale Animal Hospital.
Catch Fat Jack from Fat Jack Sports on the Drive with Mark Ennis every Thursday at 4:30 during the football season. Mark and Jack will discuss the spreads, the overs, and the under on local and national games. You'll hear angles to games you didn't know existed. Fat Jack has been a leading sports analyst for 28 years. His records are documented and recorded at fatjacksports.com. Listen every Thursday at 4:30 during the Drive with Mark Ennis on 93.9 The Ville.
Does your business need an upgrade in cybersecurity? Odds are, if you're a small business, you do, because that's where criminals prey.
They know small businesses don't have the resources to prevent attacks. That's where our friends at Louisville Geek came in to help us. Not only did they upgrade our outdated computers, they made us safer from attacks.
Louisville Geek has been around for nearly 2 decades. They offer 24/7 support, and their online pricing calculator gives you transparent pricing.
Use who we use at ESPN Louisville. Louisville Geek. LouisvilleGeek.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Hey Santa, last year you gave Sonatrol Security a great review.
Ho, ho, ho! Of course, everyone knows you're the #1 rated security company in Kentucky.
Yeah, but do you really use security up at the North Pole?
Not just security. We use Sonatrol cameras to watch the elves build the toys. Sonatrol's access control keeps the reindeer from sneaking in the gingerbread factory. And fire protection, whew! Have you ever seen how fast a Christmas tree can catch fire?
We love protecting your business, Santa.
Merry Christmas to all our friends and family in Kentucky and Indiana. Ho, ho, ho!
The best way to get impurities out of your body is to sweat them out.
That's where CYL Infrared Sauna Studios can help you.
It detoxes your body. So with infrared sauna, it's different than your typical dry saunas or wet saunas. With infrared, it's able to penetrate on a cellular level, so it's heating you up from the inside out, and it produces a detoxifying sweat. It's also very relaxing.
You'll get your own personal pod for 30 minutes that will cover you from the neck down, allowing you to breathe normal air. The infrared sauna does the work to get you all the benefits.
So for athletes, this is just going to help with that muscle recovery. It's going to be a quicker turnaround to get them back into the sport, back into the weight room, because it does help pull those toxins out of your muscles, relax the muscles, so it's quicker recovery time.
Visit espnlouisville.com/sweat, and your first 30-minute session is free. That's espnlouisville.com/sweat.
Here's Hank and Ashley Davis from Davis Jewelers.
Join us this Monday and Tuesday, December 4th and 5th for Davis Jewelers' annual holiday open house.
It's a celebration of everything shiny and bright with the latest jewelry creations by many of our finest designers and diamantaires.
Flying in from both coasts, unique, colorful gemstone jewelry inspired from art and architecture from around the globe.
And New York's top diamantaires will be here to dazzle with some of the most brilliant and exceptional diamond jewelry in the world.
It's your chance to shop handcrafted designs that radiate luxury. Find that one special gift this holiday that you'll cherish for a lifetime.
Davis Jewelers' annual holiday open house, Louisville's most dazzling event of the season.
This Monday and Tuesday from 10:30 a.m. until 6 p.m.
We'll see you there.
Davis Jewelers, Louisville's largest fine jeweler. From anywhere in Kentuckiana, we're at Forest Green Boulevard, just off North Hurstbourne Parkway, and at davisjewelers.com.
At Shaheen's Uniform,
Yo, good after this.
Reputation is a trusted source for school uniforms across the country, but that's just the beginning. Shaheen's is not just limited to school uniforms alone. They are also your dedicated partner for businesses. They offer a diverse range of uniforms, including chef wear, corporate wear, workwear, FR clothing, and work boots. They have your business covered head to toe. When it comes to your business's image, trust the experts at Shaheen's. Visit them today to discuss your uniform needs. Shaheen's Uniforms, outfitting success in every industry.
Well done, Chase.
Well done,
Well done,
Chase.
Chase. Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's middays with Marcus Maven. 8150-93.9 is the number.
Me up.
Listen, Chase, if you lie, you'll never produce the show again.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told you to play that, right?
No, that's the only kind of rap that I listen to is older than me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? Well done, Chase.
You threw Steve a curveball.
Yeah.
You threw me one too. I'll be honest.
I just wasn't ready for it.
Listen, let me give a special thanks to one of the newest members of the team, Kentuckiana Pump Sales. People, it's getting cold. Your water and sewage pump are the most important things in your home. Remember that. For every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide, the moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 35 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utilities, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Also, want to give another quick shout out. Our guy, a day one supporter of the show, Derek A. Stewart. Listen, for your home buying or selling needs, instantly visit Derek A. Stewart. That's our guy. What's the name on this? Curtis, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, man, first of all, comment on that song, Herb and Rakim. What do you know about that old school 80s? Straight up New York, New York hip hop.
You want to sound like an old man. It's like, yeah, what you know about that, young player?
Yeah. You don't know about Big Daddy Kane and KRS One. I was like, wow, he threw it back. But I have a couple comments real quick on the games. Well, first of all, had Louisville beat Kentucky, well, we had played in the Peach Bowl instead of Ole Miss and whoever, Oklahoma.
Yes, most likely, yes.
Yes, is what I thought. And also, I think when I was watching that Alabama-Auburn game, you know the fans that was just as sick as the Auburn fans? The Missouri fans. Because Missouri was right behind Alabama, and they would have played Georgia. But let me ask you that. I have another question, and I posed this to some guys that I was talking to. Say Auburn go ahead and win that game, and Missouri plays Georgia. Missouri upsets Georgia in the SEC title. Now, Missouri won the SEC. They have 2 losses. And say Iowa upset Michigan. Who gets in if it's all about the SEC, if it's all about the conference championship?
Yeah, listen, that's more of a Steve question than me.
No, I know.
So
I'm listening. Go ahead, Curtis.
So I'm just saying, with that said, of course, Auburn beat them. They won on a Hail Mary, kind of a Hail Mary. And Missouri plays Georgia. They upset them. Iowa beats Michigan. Who gets in if it's all about the conference championship? The last game, the body of work that Georgia did, then they lose a conference champion to a number 8 ranked Alabama by 3, and they don't get in. They get slighted. I just wonder about that. So just kind of comment on those things and tell me what you think.
Appreciate the call.
Having a hard time because I'm just listen. That this week is starting. Now we've got a first official visitor for the weekend, and Thor Griffin.
Curtis, you're gonna have to pardon us a little bit on that one.
6'2", 300 some pound defensive tackle from Harvard. Big time player. RJ Oben's son, or RJ Oben. Roman Oben's son, RJ Oben from Duke, defensive tackles in there. I've got to imagine Louisville
might have a shot
as an in, at least with him. I mean, we're hiring Colorado's ace recruiters. It looks like that's not been confirmed. That's just the thought. Yeah, man, there is. It's gonna be a fun week.
There's momentum.
It's gonna be a fun week.
I'm still personally tying bows on. Phone lines are open. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. I want to ask you, Steve, because it came up. You know, you're saying, I'm okay. I'm not. What you're doing is the natural progression. I don't want to punt on cleaning, putting a bow tie on what we've been going through the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. What's going to be, how does history remember why we lost the Kentucky game?
I don't even remember the Kentucky
game. I see. Yeah, that's exactly why I asked that question. He mentioned losing to Kentucky, and I was like, what happened with that game? Listen, only thing I remember is 0 penalties.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember Jack. I remember they got a couple wheel routes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like I said, I don't even remember a Jack Plummer
kick return.
Yeah. Those are the only things that's coming to mind, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I'm just like going back because I'm going Kentucky and then I'm going Florida State. And I'm like, what is my memory of the ending of the season? Like, I'm not like, you know how usually you get the emotional, like, damn it, we're blowing these opportunities and stuff like that. And I just can't find those in my like immediate recollection. guess it could be the cocktails, but
maybe.
Jalen, thanks for joining us on 93. Oh, John. Sorry. John. That's funny. John, fire away, my man.
That's okay, man. Thank you for taking my call, Marcus.
Absolutely.
Love listening to your show.
Thanks,
and,
appreciate that.
You know, it was tough. I mean, you know, the last couple games, we were right there both games, and we won those games earlier in the season. We didn't finish. You know what I mean? So, you know, a little bit tougher actually for me to swallow the loss in the Florida State game because, you know, we did enough there to have an opportunity to win. And you know, it is what it is. Wanted to get that championship. He'll be playing Kentucky again next year, but, you know, it's tough to get to that championship game.
Right.
But anyway, my thoughts were on the game. I mean, it was obvious to me from the get-go that the referees wanted Florida State to win that game. Seemed like every call went their way. You know,
we're bad.
The early touchdown they got was aided by 2 15-yard penalties. You know, and that kid, Glenn, he's lucky he didn't get his head knocked off because, you know, the whole intention of the sliding rule is the kid's supposed to give himself early. And they're going to have to do something about that because this stuff with these guys giving themselves up at the last second when people are in the air, that's got to be fixed right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what you guys feel about it, but I think that's got to be fixed because, you know, when you get away with that, you do it a few times, they're going to start teaching them all to do that. And all that's doing is inviting kids to get hurt. You know, if you're going to give yourself up 2 yards before you know you're going to get hit, not when the player's in the air ready to whack you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. And then also, you know, the pass interference, you know, several times they could have called it on Florida State. They called one on us on that touchdown drive again. And then really the call that I thought that nobody's talking about was I thought that was a touchdown when our tight end caught it in the end zone. It appeared to me on the replay on TV, he was on his back, his butt was on the ground, he had the ball in his hand, a second expired, and then the guy came in and whacked it out. I always thought, especially on an end zone play, if the ball crosses the plane and you're on the ground, that's a touchdown. Okay? And that's what I feared happened. We never even looked at it. Nobody's talking about it. I don't know. What do you all think about that? Did you see that? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Or?
Listen, John, I appreciate the call. I want to address all the things you said. First and foremost, the tight end situation. Steve, you had a very keen observation in tight end situation that people might not have expected to hear. Fire away.
Well, I would have liked him have. You always get up and be a little more confident,
demonstrative,
that you caught the ball, because he laid there in such a way that they didn't even review it. You know, and you're giving them. And now I agree.
Yeah, of course. There's ref blame, then you're saying. Teach the tight end what to do. Steve.
Yeah. Like at that point, man, you go down there, you feel like you were down with the ball. Now, I don't know that they would have called it a catch, but you go down with the ball.
Kind of like Des Bryant.
Yeah. Well, that was a catch. That's ridiculous. And I'm giving us credit for that Super Bowl. We won that.
That Super Bowl.
So
they just didn't give you. They just didn't give you acknowledge it.
But you have to get up and, you know, hey, touchdown! I scored.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make them go back and look at it. Instead, he kind of just laid there, and they were like, "Well, he don't even think he caught it. So why would we go look at it?" You know?
Yeah, and it's like I like plays like that too, Steve, because you can attack them from every angle. Okay. It's disrespectful for us not to get the review on that. Yeah. That's one angle. Two angle, I agree with you. Tight end, you look like you caught it, right? Also, I'm going to go to my tight end and say, that's why you're not going to make money. Because that ball is on you. That's a game-winning catch. That's a game-winning throw that Jack Plummer just threw to you.
Yeah.
And you let somebody continue to work harder at the catch point and he got that ball out of your hands.
Because that was a good ball.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
that was one that Jack threw that was a good ball.
Yes, where only you could catch it.
Yeah.
That was a great football. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to him. You have got to secure that ball at all costs. And you stop moving. That defender never stopped battling, never stopped,
Yeah.
And there was a couple of plays like that where it's like this is why, you every time you don't like where you're at on the rankings, I would have that same conversation with Jawar. I say, hey, you're a great talent. When you run out of bounds 2 yards short in the red zone when nobody's touching you, right?
Yeah.
If I'm a professional guy and I'm watching this game and I'm invested, I might take you off my board. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a fan part of me that says we need that first down. The coach or the teacher in me says that play right there is going to cost us a championship, son.
Yeah.
The difference between, we're playing one of the best defenses in the country. And son, are you telling me that you could have took a bump on the sideline? Because here's the thing, you were already at the sideline. You had 2 yards in front of you. You chose not to take any contact and say, okay, it'll be 2nd and 2, instead of getting that first down and starting over those downs.
Yeah.
Jawar Jordan going out of bounds on that is just unacceptable. Now, listen, even if he gives me the sideline, I thought I had the first down thing, it's like, doesn't matter. Does not matter what you thought. That was an easy first down that you didn't get, and it set a tone for that goal line possession. So yeah, the father and teacher in me just say, hey, that can't happen.
Yeah,
that just cannot happen. So you get that one, and then when you talk about the officiating overall, for you, John, Steve, I don't like that. It is what it is. Quote, especially in sports. I don't like it in politics. I don't like it in sports, just because it wants you to just give in.
Yeah.
Give in to the inevitable.
Right.
Right. I hate that. It's one of the most frustrating things to hear. Oh, that's just big boy football. When I watch Kentucky not get a penalty an entire game, again, we'll say it again. And Kentucky fan, you will have to agree with me. The most penalized team in the country, it's physically impossible to not get a penalty in a rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
It's chemically impossible. It's just astrophysiology. There's no way that can happen in the physical realm that we occupy on Earth. That can't happen because you have more adrenaline, you have more aggression, more. You're gonna foul. When I get 6 quarters in a row of 0 penalties, and I have to look, I want to complain, and you just tell me that when I watch the most fundamentally hook and hold pass interference, you have your left arm. You are cha-chaing with my wide receiver.
Yeah, and it was in the end zone.
In the end zone.
Jamari Thrash. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he has one hand wrapped around his body, and the other hand, it's like, hey, when you're teaching kids what a foul is, that's the play you use.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get up, and the referee looks at him like, oh, that's big boy football.
Yeah.
So you've established, like, that's as bad. That's like the on the field version of the college football playoff selection committee.
Yeah.
It means you can see it with your own eyes and say, well, you're not a big boy team, so I'm not going to call that.
Right.
Those pass interference, I watched that the wide receiver, the big Florida State wide receiver. I watched him just run down and push and push and then turn around and catch the ball. And I'm looking at it, and again, maybe I'm just excited about my child having a good game, But it always takes me back to watching him get held, and he was just like, that's the SEC.
Yeah.
And I was like, kudos to you, young man, for being able to not blame the refs. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, as a player, I was able to, I screwed something up. You know,
Right.
I did something wrong. But as a spectator, you're like, no, you're getting manipulated.
Right.
You know, when Kentucky slapped us in the helmet, or we slapped first and they slapped back, and you threw that penalty on Chris Bell, and then for the rest of the game, when, like I said, your play when the guy over the top of us making it rain, you know, and you say, okay, how can I fight with an aggressive spirit when I'm shackled by your penalty, you know, your penalties? He's not shackled.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just see that. It's kind of frustrating as a fan, as a spectator. And then I'm saying, God, Coach Brom, you know, and he has to yell at his player.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and then what do we have to do? Go to the commissioner?
Well,
I'm going to write you a strongly worded letter.
Fantastic. Another apology from the ACC. That's all we need.
After losing, it's like you watch it. It's like it's egregious.
I know.
Then you're like, Florida State, you're just like us.
Well, you guys got screwed too.
Stay in our you're in our league. Louisville brand.
Yeah.
Stays the same.
I mean, you definitely didn't feel like you moved forward. I mean, you know, in that game specifically.
Okay. How do you get that stench off you?
The season as a whole, I think when you look back at it, did take a step forward. You know, I mean, you still had 10 win football.
Yeah,
team.
right. We should. It's like you want to start these conversations with the disclaimer.
You're 15th in the country.
I know. Yeah. So it's like I'll reset this hour by saying, Coach, you did an incredible job, guys. Listen, Stephen, Heron, Jack, you know, Jawar, Isaac, Maurice, like y'all did it. Ashton, Quincy, Jarvis, y'all fought through injuries. You did an incredible, like y'all did an incredible job learning your system. You played discipline. We didn't have a bunch of gooning it up. We were proud. You didn't jump off sides. You didn't, you know, like I said, you didn't have personal fouls. You know, you did such a terrific job with what you had. All you can do is win your schedule. And we watched you buckle down in red zone stops. We watched you buckle down in fourth quarters and lock teams down. We watched you figure it out. So it's always a disservice that we do to our football team pointing out why we lost instead of all the good things that we did to be in the game. You know, but like I say,
and you forget, I mean, you're number 15. You go beat USC in a couple weeks. I mean, you're going to finish the season ranked top 15 with 11 wins. That's incredible. I mean, that's an incredible season. You'll probably finish around 12th with 11 wins.
That's an incredible season. And again, mix the incredible record with this is a first year turnaround. Just again,
he kind of patchwork together a little bit. Plugged holes here and there, and now gets to go and kind of get your own hole, you know.
Take a deep breath, establish, assess, and then deliver. David, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
All right, thanks for taking my call, Maven Steve. One question is, I was just thinking, when we got down there inside the red zone twice, and I've seen Jeff kind of use I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping. I've seen him use the overload of the jumbo set, and he could have matched strength with strength by putting a couple of offensive linemen in the backfield, so you could look forward. And I've seen him run that play where you overload and run to the edges. We had Jawar, and I'm thinking, well, okay, it's time to use it against a team that's aggressive as Florida State. Now, I know the double tight, you got your fullback, your tight end, your quarterback, or you can just gave it to Jawar and let him run behind the big boys like he's done before. I think he did it in a Boston College game where the lineman went out and caught the ball, or they ran to the edge with the overload. They call it the jumbo package. I think when we got down inside the 10, I think those were some plays that at that point in time we could have ran. And another point is, yes, I give Plummer some credit. Just a small amount, but we knew that he couldn't make those tight window throws. Those receivers was wide open, but he couldn't drop them over top of the defender. Even though hey, it is what it is now. I think we had a good season, something to build on, hopefully. But those throws, there's a lot of receivers wide open, and the man was throwing the ball behind the receivers a lot of times, and it would have he might have got some of them he got their heads cut off. They would have been able to catch it. So, but I was thinking on that when we got down inside the red zone, there was a couple of things that he could have did a little bit different and ran that overload or the jumbo package, and then forget it. We just gonna run right at you instead of throwing the ball. But thank you for taking my call, and I appreciate y'all very, very much.
Appreciate the call. So, okay, this is what I'm gonna do with you on this one, David. We're gonna either be in our favorite sports bar. Let's just say whatever favorite sports bar we're gonna participate in, or we're gonna be in the barbershop. And David, I'm gonna listen to what you just said, and in this place, I'm gonna go, are you crazy? Do you think I'm going jumbo package against Florida State? You think I'm just going to load them up and just run over Florida State, put Jawar behind it? Boy, no.
Yeah.
There's one thing I don't think we're not going to have the ball at the 10 and just jumbo package Florida State. Did you see that defensive line?
I know. It's like, no. Well, that was a harsh reality, and that,
that's why you go get the top defense.
Well, we're figuring that one out.
That was a safety.
We're figuring that one out because there's a chance Dion just said the wrong team in an interview.
Yeah.
Might be Syracuse. So we're waiting to find that out.
Okay.
There had been reports that he was going to Syracuse.
Okay.
Dion said in an interview he's going to Louisville. So kind of waiting on confirmation. So, but if so, either way though, I mean, I know that they're going out to.
You said the reality of
to go out and get guys that can beef up talent because
a defensive line talent.
Well, just in general. I mean, Florida State. You watch, you're like, okay, that's better players. Maybe we have some that are better.
Yeah, but just as a group, yeah.
They have better players than we do.
And I listen, and again, you compliment your coaching staff for maximizing our talent versus some of those guys just look the part.
Yeah.
Just brute force look the part. Yeah. So David, the one thing I will heavily disagree with is I'm not jumbo packaging. It's not worth my time. Just go back to the huddle.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just gonna.
T, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What up?
I got a quick question for you. I want to get y'all's feedback on it.
Okay.
So we hear all year this coaches speak, and I don't really think it's coaches speak, especially in college football because of the way things are set up. But it'll maybe change with the 12 team. But we hear one game at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we hear you got to just win 1-0 season, and all that stuff, right? Well, then we get to the end of a season, and we have 2 games that we should have won. If you look at it, you got Kentucky down 2 scores twice, and then you turn around and you got a Florida State team that, yeah, their defense is next level. It's legit, no doubt about it. And you have a quarterback that's just mediocre. But with that being said, I think that they abandoned the run and they gave up an opportunity to win that game as well. And then look at the special season. But yet we want to look at the big picture. Why does the fans and everyone else want to look at the end of the year off preseason expectations versus what happened, when at the end of the day, you had already done all your work to the last 2 games. And then you peed down your leg back-to-back games. And I just wanted to see what you all thought about that.
Appreciate the call, T.
Yeah.
What say you?
I mean, so should we not be happy with the season? I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, like, I mean, I think both can be true.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, you left food on the table at the end of the year.
Yeah, I
also had a pretty awesome season.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that's kind of a T where you're expecting a angrier fan base. Like I said, if you appreciate everything, it's like, yeah, you had opportunities. Okay, we'll just change the verbiage. When you said you should have won, you could have won.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could have won. You could have made a couple plays and won the game. Rivalry games, I would never, ever, ever say you should have won. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you may be favored. You may have, talent. Rivalry games, there's a higher level of focus, all that good stuff. Florida State, saying you should have won, is it because they had their mediocre quarterback, but they're still top defense in the country? You could have won. You were in a situation where you make an interception. You like I said, you had opportunities to win.
Yes.
But I won't say you should have won. You had the opportunities to win. You did not make them. They had opportunities. They made a couple more plays than you did, especially in championships, man. Rivalry and championships, people make plays, man.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he's saying. I mean, you can be very unhappy with the last two games.
Yeah, I'm just not. I don't carry frustration of a loss.
But I mean, it doesn't change the fact that you're top 15, 10-win team going to a Holiday Bowl to play USC. I mean,
Steve, I said it to you yesterday. I said, if I could go back in time and you said, Marcus, Jeff Brom's first year, ACC championship, we throw a stinker against Florida State. We end up playing USC in the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I would have pleaded to the sports gods. I don't ask for much, but if you give me a Jeff Brom first year 10-win season and a chance to get USC in the Holiday Bowl, I couldn't ask for anything else.
Yeah, no, I would have taken that. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I think
you ruined it for everybody, Steve. Right after that Notre Dame game.
Oh yeah.
When you tried to jerk rear end in here, it was like, hey, the fun's over, y'all.
Fun's over.
Yeah, we have to win. Now we can win the ACC championship.
Listen, and
you changed the expectations of everything.
And I would do that 10 times out of 10 because it's like
that's a
expectations. But when the season ends, I can also look back and say, totality of the season, pretty solid year.
Texter, what does that top text say?
A lot.
I tell you what, just so he doesn't get in trouble, let's take a quick short commercial break.
That works.
Yeah, and then we'll get out of here. Quick commercial break. Hey, and the caller, hang on for a second through the break. We'll get you right back in here. 939 The Ville.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Commonwealth Credit Union's holiday celebration is back. You can earn 3 points on every dollar you spend when you use my card to fill up your sleigh. Plus, use your credit or debit card with your mobile wallet for your chance to win $500. There's a new winner every week. Non-purchase entries are available and have an equal chance of winning. Visit ccuky.org/win500 to learn more. But hurry, this celebration ends December 31st. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently. Insured by NCUA. No purchase necessary. Call 1-800-228-6420 for details. Excludes business accounts.
While interest rates are on the rise everywhere else, at Genesis Diamonds, we've got just the relief you need this holiday season. 5 years, 0 interest on anything and everything. That's right. Genesis is rolling back interest rates to 0.0%. So that $5,000 diamond ring is yours for just $85 a month. Nothing's held back. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, certified natural diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, even luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. Just pick any item for that special someone and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. A $10,000 designer ring comes to just $167 a month. Don't miss this incredible offer. Where else in America can you get financing for 0%? Colored gemstones, designer fashion jewelry, the year's most treasured gifts, all included in this once-a-year offer. At Genesis, we're breaking all the rules to make sure this holiday season your money goes farther. Best prices, unbeatable selection, highest quality, and super aggressive financing. Merry Christmas from Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza. Approved credit.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Cincinnati, Louisville, and now Dayton.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology, and service for all your office, network, and print communication needs. Look no further.
Just whistle for Duplicator Sales and Service.
High-quality office equipment, print, and IT solutions at fair and transparent pricing. That is Duplicator's commitment to you. Your tech-savvy office equipment and outsourced IT professionals can simplify your daily work process wherever you find yourself working with world-class network business machines and solutions from Ricoh and Savin.
For today and tomorrow.
And that commitment continues with their commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the Ricoh Pro C7210 graphic print system providing superior color output. Duplicator Sales, Derby City Litho, Corporate Mailing Systems, Ricoh and Savin. Call them at 502-589-5555 or visit them online, duplicatorsales.net, or at their store, 831 East Broadway, Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown, Lexington, Paducah.
Just whistle for Duplicator Sales and Service.
Looking for new flooring to enjoy your home more and increase your home value? Corfage Floor Covering has you covered with in-stock inventory and installers who do quality work. We'll come to you, bring samples, and find a product that fits your needs and budget. Call me on my cell phone, 643-6111. That's 643-6111. I don't want you to be okay with your floor. I want you to love it.
Catch Fat Jack from Fat Jack Sports on the Drive with Mark Ennis every Thursday at 4:30 during the football season. Mark and Jack will discuss the spreads, the overs, and the under on local and national games. You'll hear angles to games you didn't know existed. Fat Jack has been a leading sports analyst for 28 years. His records are documented and recorded at fatjacksports.com. Listen every Thursday at 4:30 during the Drive with Mark Ennis on 93.9 The Ville.
I'm expressing with my full capabilities, and now I'm living it.
Question. You can go into it a little bit, or you can kind of keep it super big picture. News comes out. You are our resident bowl projection guru.
Yeah.
And how you feeling?
I said it. I love the game.
Mm-hmm.
The game is awesome. USC, Louisville, Fox, Gus Johnson calling the game.
You're assuming.
I'm assuming.
Yep.
I mean, he called last year's Holiday Bowl, you know, and
okay, so aesthetics.
Beautiful. From the fan side, though, this was a little bit of a failure. Like,
I'm listening.
Fans cannot travel on December 27th.
Fans, that's a bad expectation of a fan to.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't met hardly, and not saying there were not people that will go.
How important is it that fans even attend that?
Well, no, I think bowls are for the fans. I mean, that's a reward. I mean, you know, it's for getting ready next year. It's a reward. I mean, listen, the fans have filled that stadium, you know, and stuff. And listen, if you can make the trip, San Diego's amazing. I mean, that's going to be a great bowl to go to.
Right.
But there's going to be a very small percentage of your fans that can make that game. I mean, Gator Bowls in Jacksonville.
You kind of taught me about the process a little bit.
Yeah.
For just, you know, the layman or you know, just how did we end up in that position for the Holiday Bowl? Like, what happened in front of us to where we don't end up in Nashville or Jacksonville or anything like that?
Well, I mean, it's just as simple as where they pick, and the Holiday Bowl.
What you say they pick? So the
Holiday Bowl had one of the top picks.
The committees get together and say, okay.
But I think Louisville probably could have had a little bit of suggestion there,
like pushback.
Yeah, and I just don't know. Again, I don't know the whole, so I don't want to say, well, I'm blaming this person.
Yeah, I just don't know how it gets selected.
But I don't know how Clemson and NC State get to go to Florida, and Louisville has to go to California.
Who does Clemson play?
Clemson plays Kentucky in Jacksonville.
In beautiful Jacksonville.
You know, I mean, it's okay, but but I mean, but Jacksonville or I'm sorry, Orlando would have been much easier for Louisville fans to make. You get a lot of people, and those bowls are on the 28th and the 29th. Now you're on the 27th, 2 days after. You essentially have to leave on Christmas Day for it to even be affordable. Or you've got to go before Christmas to make the flight even. Because if you try to leave on the 26th right now on a round trip, you're looking over $1,000 a person.
Right.
I looked it up. Or you can go spend Christmas in California. Well, you're going to pay for the hotels too, out in California. So like, it's just not a feasible trip for majority. I mean, I know, and I'm not even saying the people are like, well, you know, well, the guys that got money. I talked to a couple guys yesterday
the guys that
do
got
have
money.
a lot of money that were both like, no, not dropping that to go all the way out there for a game.
I would demand. I see a young quarterback. I would demand to see Pierce Clarkson if I spent the money to go there.
I mean, yeah.
By the way, speaking of fans, hey, great job. The attendance was awesome.
Oh man, it's Charlotte.
The Charlotte attendance
is good.
Was a lot more than I expected.
Great atmosphere.
It was funny, Steve. I did see a lot of local. I cheer for another team. I'm riding on Louisville.
Texas,
Texas, Alabama, all the teams that needed us to win.
No, our fans. That's what I say, man. Our fans did a great job all year. They packed